Welcome to Guitar Paradiso. My name is Pete.
And I'm Paul.
And Mary's sitting there right behind the camera. Alright. So what are we looking at today?
We're
something amazing.
We're looking at some Veritas guitars.
Yeah.
So this is a very, very small company from the States.
Yeah.
A guy called Casey Marvin, I believe.
Yeah.
Is the only builder and the head of the company. And he has a small sort of marketing team around him. So very, very exclusive. Obviously, when there's only one guy, you're not going to build a lot of guitars per month.
I think they're very, very limited, aren't they? I think
very, very limited.
I think Lee said he ordered like I think it was 7 or 10 or something. I can't remember. And it took like 7 months for them actually to turn up because they I think the whole team is like 4 people
and one guy building.
It. So you know, you might look at these guitars if you have been on the website and you have seen that like Andertons have now stocked them. They are fairly high priced instruments, and because it reflects the price, of course, that is one guy that has to sit and make them. So we're talking 1 or 2. I don't know exactly how many guitars per.
I mean, it must be
week.
tiny because I mean the quality of the guitars.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's one guy. I mean, he cannot be putting out many of these guitars.
It's not.
So
he's not doing a.
Yeah, I think Lee was saying he received 6 of them.
I think
two have gone already, and he's only had them for the last 3 weeks.
So the company basically makes custom guitars, don't they?
Yeah.
So where you can order anything you want. So there's a spec list. We had this ordered earlier, and there was like 4 A4 pages of specs, of pickups and collars and everything.
Yeah, pretty much anything that you want within the sort of the main shape that he has. We have 3 of the different shapes here. So we have a Texas Miracle. Obviously looks maybe a little bit like a Telecaster. Like
some might say.
Some a bit Texas.
Texas.
Texas, yeah. I have the Portland guitar, and there's 2 of those here. So I've got the white one, we've got the Bigsby on there, Lola pickups on there. It's an alder body. Plays great. A rather unusual headstock, and we just had this conversation before, Willie. I like the headstock.
Yeah.
It's kind of unusual, and I know that a lot of people take offense to different styles of headstock. It can be one of those things, you love them or hate them. I think that's really cool.
Well, we did have a chat about it, didn't we? Where there is one headstock or there is a couple of headstocks that, would you say 3? Can we name Gibson, Martin, Fender, which are kind of the headstocks that you kind of, that's in your head,
Yeah.
And then if you see something different, you go,
Yeah, once manufacturers move away from that, it can be a big. It can be very controversial.
It's a bit like right now we're not wearing the Paradiso shirts. It's the same thing. You go, when you wear it, it looks a bit, but then you get used to it and you kind of like it.
Yeah.
I actually wore it. It's been on a holiday. I actually wore the shirts.
Did you go somewhere nice?
I went to Wales and it was lovely.
Awesome.
Beautiful
Wales
beaches
is a beautiful
there.
place. I don't go to Wales enough. I've only been a few times.
The beach is beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. We went to the beach surfing with the kids and, we went crabbing and all sorts of stuff. Crabbing? not dogging, ladies and gentlemen. Crabbing.
Yeah, crabbing's a very different thing.
It's a very different thing, but very similar actually. I found out when I was like, do you want to go crabbing? Yeah, let's go crabbing. Anyway, we're wobbling on. So the guitars basically, so this one is the Swamp Ash body.
It is, yeah.
Maple neck, nitro finish, a lot of pickups. You got the Emerson pots in here, and you got your orange, what they call these ones? The orange drop, 22, I think, the caps, and you got a 3-way switch here. So it's very much like from a telly with a string through bridge. And
the first thing I noticed about that guitar is it feels great. The weight of the guitar feels
it's really light, isn't it?
Really well balanced as well.
Quarter-sawn maple neck.
Yeah, but I think the guy that Casey Morvan, I think because it's just one guy, he's going to make sure that he puts all the stuff together. Make sure he's very proud of the fact of like matching woods and not just pulling different necks and different things off a production line.
Yeah.
He's going to make sure that they match together, they ring together, and there's no sort of dead spots as well.
Exactly. So that's why that's why how he makes his guitars. But I think we need to sort of point out the story because every year NAMM, Lee, we go to NAMM. Lee's got a NAMM or NAMM or NAMM or NAMM. I don't know. So we went. So Lee, he goes around, he does his filming, all that stuff, and every Sunday he sort of goes around to see what the different things, what are there that he hasn't seen before, and Veritas was one of them.
Yeah.
And he and another one was the Milkman, which we've done a video on as well. The Milkman amp. So he kind of goes for these sort of things. There was a little stand, he said. There was like one guy standing there with a couple of guitars, and that I think I think that's a great thing because it allows people to put their great products out and share them with the rest of the world. You probably see these guitars unless you custom order them from the website, which is basically what you have to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
You kind of have to go to the website.
Or you pop into Andertons.
I think what you need to do is come into Anderton, you try them out, and you go, I really like them. I want to spend some good money on a really well built, beautiful guitar, and you can choose between. So they've got 4. Am I right in saying 4 different shapes? So they got the sort of Telecaster shape. They've got
we have the sort of Burnsy, Variaxy, Jaguar sort
exactly.
of Jaguar
There's a bass
style, the bass.
There's a bass thing, and you basically sort of spec out whatever you want. So if you're interested, come into the shop and check it out.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of relic guitars, and you can also get these graded as different types of relic as well. Yeah, so you can have mild relic, you can have heavy relic as well. And I usually kind of really like that.
I think that would look good on this one.
Yeah, I think so.
Because this is grain here. You can see the nitrous just about. You can see the grain through it. It's very, very, very light, isn't it?
Yeah.
With a satin sort of finish on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're beautiful guitars.
Yeah. And a cool headstock. And I was reading that Veritas actually means truth in Latin.
Does it?
Yeah, that's an interesting fact.
Well, you know what?
When you look at these, one of my only Latin words.
It says here. I don't know if it's an American thing. They've got in God we trust here. It says EST 2010. We'll get a close up on this. And Veritas custom guitars. And what does it say here? Romans 10.
I think there may be some kind of biblical reference there.
Yeah, I know it's kind of the guitars are popular in
gospel
in the gospel community in America.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a big community in America.
It is.
It's a big. It's a big thing over here, but in America it's even on an even grander scale.
Yeah. Anyway, so we should hear some tones from these.
Yeah.
I'll start. I'm plugged into Victory 44 Sheriff, and I've got a cream on the floor here for a bit of reverb, and these are a lot of pickups. And I'll go on the front pickup first, everything on full.
Make it sing,
baby.
You made it sing before on the jam. And I actually cried a little bit on that intro.
I think actually he's got something in his eye or something. Let's hear it. Here we go. there's a great sustain in
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
and it's
sounds
kind of
lovely.
that's the front pickup. I'll do it from the two middle ones. Anyway, it's really nice.
Nice,
It sings really nice. The neck feels. It's not a rolled off fingerboard as we talked about, so it's kind of very sort of vintage feeling. C neck here, I think, a bit slim.
Yeah, it's a bit slimmer than I would have expected for.
Yeah, I think they got a few different.
Vitalik,
Again, you got loads of different ways you can have your neck done and stuff. You know, you can have. There's a. Anyway, the list is long. The list is long.
4 pages.
Yeah, 4 pages. It's long. Back pickup. I will assume it's a bit more. You just hear that break up a little bit.
Yeah, and that's cool. I can hear that's a real resonant Telecaster, Texas-y kind of sound.
It's kind of that. Nice. Yeah, I've got a bit of reverb on there from the cream on the floor, but yeah. Anyway, so let me just quickly try to roll that tone back and see what happens. It's nice. It's nice. You know, it's one of these guitars where it inspired you to play, and it's lovely. It's there's nothing wrong with them. You know, if I can say anything, I think I'm a traditionalist. So for me, you know, custom making anything and taking on the road and stuff, I would probably feel a bit too scared of doing that. It can definitely take the road, no questions asked. But I just have something standard I can truck around and.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole point of these is they are a little bit different, isn't it? It's something a bit more exclusive, something a little bit different for somebody who already has all those kind of.
It's an exclusive club to get in. I would think, if you know, once you have to have the money for it, and two, you kind of have to wait for a long time to get them. Yeah. So anyway,
unless you pop into the store, and in which case,
and you really like one of these,
then
there's these 4 we have here, and today is what are we in August now? 3rd of August. 2016, if you're watching in the future on Dave or something. How quick does the time go? It's nuts. So there's 4 right now, so they might be gone. Links below as well. So let's hear the. What was that called again? That one?
This one is the Portland.
Portland.
Yeah. So over there, a lot of pickups on this as well. That's the neck pickup on that.
Yeah.
Over into the middle pickup position, so that's both pickups on together. It's a bit more twang to the sound.
Almost like a little bit stratty.
Yeah. And then over on the bridge pickup. Yeah, with a little bit of overdrive.
Yeah, let's have it.
So let's kick a little bit of the Noble's overdrive up. So that is the neck pickup on that. And then over to the bridge. Yeah, cool, good sounds.
So you got the Milkman Steel Stringer Mini, I believe it's called.
The Milkman is such a great name for an amp. It reminds us of just like an old Carry On film of one of those old, crazy old 60s.
Ding dong, here's the Milkman. I'm coming in.
But I was told before that it was because the guy, his whole family were milkmen.
Yeah.
Is that right?
And he was another one of the guys that Lee went to see on the Sunday, and thought, these are great, amazingly well-built things and sound great, and it's kind of a one-man operation, it's
a very exclusive kind of
a very exclusive thing. You've got the Nobles, you've got the T-Rex replica delay on the floor there. So it sounds great, man. Sounds great.
Yeah.
So
I need to have my own range of amps because all my family were all ice cream men. Traditionally, everybody in my family was an ice cream man. I broke away from that and became a guitar player.
What, like with the van and everything?
Yeah, and I did that. I served a lot of ice creams in my time.
I could see you serving out the 99 with the flake in the top, man, down the park.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
I did it.
You did it.
I did it all the way through music college.
Really?
I did that. Yeah. So a special range of ice cream men guitars.
Fantastic. There you go, the Iceman.
And amps.
Anyway, I'm gonna give you that, and you can put that over there.
Okay. Right. So what's happening now?
Right. So I'm gonna take this the 503. So this is another version of the guitars that they do, where they do I would say a little bit more of a traditional shape. I'd say.
It looks like it's based on something that we've
seen before.
It
can be, but it's got a different thing for me. It's the cutaway here for the belly, isn't it? And I believe these are mahogany backs. So I'm just gonna look at the specs because I think the neck is a Honduran mahogany and the body is an African mahogany. Okay. So again, I can imagine he's sort of found out of two wood sorts that were. He's very much into the tone woods and stuff, and that's the disgusting for you to have in the
and that's just two pieces there, isn't it, as well? By the looks of things,
yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful two pieces.
Satin finish looks great.
Satin finish. The neck's satin finished. It's got the open geared Grover tuners there. A very traditional looking headstock on it. 3-way switch, and a tone and a volume here, and again a lot of pickups. It's got the Bixby on it, and it's got these really cool looking F-holes, which I don't think is called F-holes. It must be called something else. But you can choose which you want here. The colour's great. I'm a big fan of the blue, so
you can choose your own F-hole.
I think you can, yeah.
Wow.
I think I read something really quick. I might be wrong, but because of the 4 pages of specs. But everything is absolutely perfect, beautifully done. Do you think this is Mabel binding, perhaps?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Imagine this, yeah. Anyway, let's see what it sounds like. This is probably a bit more. What would you think? Down. Already there, I can feel there's much more sound kind of thing. It's much more vibrant. Nice, man.
Cool, man.
Isn't that good? Yeah.
That's great. Big sound.
Big both big up. Bridge. That's more for that, isn't it? Kick in the king of tone. Nothing wrong with that. I like it.
Yeah, sounds great.
There's absolutely not a single thing wrong with that.
Yeah. I do like this.
Yeah, I think you kind of
my personal.
I think
favorite.
I probably prefer that one as well.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. But again,
it's personal taste.
Didn't they say something about what was it? They say that they need the guitar to reflect each player of it. So you kind of need to have it built for you.
Yeah.
Especially that's a great what do you call it? To have
philosophy.
Philosophy to have. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Philosophy. Right. Well, you want to play a little bit on that so we can hear through the Milkman. Okay. See what that does.
Okay.
it!
Ah, Telecaster. And I really wanted to do that. Really wanted to do that tone thing before as well.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sound, that's got that Telecaster kind of.
But you can hear it's good parts. Everything is just top-notch quality on them, aren't they?
Yeah, man.
And you know what? I think that's the most affordable one of all of these.
Okay, but that wouldn't make sense. There's a lot.
There's not a lot in it.
In a traditional kind of Fender,
Yeah.
I mean that's where Fender guitars came from, really,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
going to be a nice, easy to make guitar and so.
Nice.
Come on.
Nice. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to swap this one over for the Portland guitar. And careful now.
There you go, sir.
Because now, technically, these guitars have been used. But I guess, if you want to come in the shop anyway, that's you have to play them, don't you? Guitars only get better. Right, this feels different to sit with, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of got that rest and yeah. Right, I want to plug this into this Sheriff. Let's see what happens. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
There's
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Comes in beautiful cases, little certificate, they're made for, especially for Andertons. And
yeah, you've got quite a flame neck on that guitar as well, so this is quite a plain sort of maple neck. And
it's because they're quarter sawn, isn't it? So you get a better sort of, and it's got little adjustments here, so in the neck, so if you want to adjust your neck, they feel nice. We've done nothing to them. We literally just carefully picked them off the shop wall and came out here, and yeah, lovely. Different kind of Bixby, isn't it? That's a different kind of Bixby. I'm not quite familiar with the models of the Bixby's, but that goes around and sits in the on the strap there. Look, nice. I don't know what else to say really. No. There's not really much else to say about these. They're great guitars. If you're looking for something,
something a little bit different, which is not easy to do these days. Nope. To actually to design a new headstock and have a range of guitars that's something completely new and also some of that you can just get new tones out of and new sort of sounds and
exactly. I mean, also the fact that you got some guy who's what did you say he's done it since he was 16 or something, or and then he studied with someone.
Yeah, he was studying with some luthier. I don't recall the name of. Yeah, he spent a lot of time with that guy. He was like 50 years experience of building guitars. So a little thing that I saw was actually the meeting with Lee and Rob where they met him on the stand at NAMM, and he seemed like a really cool guy, really dedicated to woods and just dedicated to building the best guitars that he can build.
You'll have to, and that it does reflect the price, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
So. Just notice this has got a black matching headstock on it. Mm-hmm. Has that one got that? No. That one? No. See, so that's another custom thing you can have. It's crazy. Custom coming out of your ears. Brilliant. So the Veritas guitars, we only basically got 3 models here today.
We've got 3 here today, but check out. I think there'll be some pictures.
Yeah, we'll get the pictures when we talk about it, and the links will be below. And come in and try them. Because you're lucky that you can actually do that at Andertons. I don't think there are any place else in the UK when you can do that. at the moment.
With the Veritas,
Yeah.
no, I think it's very much exclusive to Andertons. Yeah,
So be quick.
and they are moving fast. I mean, at that kind of price of a guitar,
Yeah.
for two of them that have gone out already in
Yeah.
such a short period of time. I mean, I'd never heard of this guitar brand until I got the email a couple of days ago saying that we were doing them. Yeah, so it's.
But I sort of. I heard about it, and it's kind of one of those things where you go, yeah, but that'll never come to the UK and never comes to Europe, and because it's unless you go in and have one made, and people go, oh, what is that guitar? One of those things, So anyway, come and try them out, and we're gonna jam out just because we can and we like it. Yeah,
let's do it.
So my name was Pete,
and I was Paul,
and we'll see you next time on Andertons TV and Guitar Paradiso.